So Democrats are continuing their fight against President Trump's cost-cutting agenda in the courts, with a judge blocking DOJ from accessing certain Treasury Department payment records.
A separate ruling extending Trump's federal worker buyout deadline that at least 40,000 government employees have already accepted, according to the White House. Fox News, they've extended that until Monday. It was yesterday. Now it's Monday. Fox News contributor and former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andy McCarthy joins us now. Good morning to you, Andy.
Morning.
Good morning. So this was a Clinton-appointed judge, so we expected something like this to happen. But extending it a few more days, the White House's response was great. This is what Caroline Leavitt said. We are grateful to the judge for extending the deadline so more federal workers who refuse to show up to the office can take the administration up on this very generous once-in-a-lifetime offer. It is a great deal, isn't it, Andy? I mean, you still get paid through September. You could go get another job. If you're one of the federal workers that moved to Florida, you can have two jobs, two paychecks through September.
Ainsley, it's a great deal that's getting greater, right? I think, wasn't it originally 6 months, and then the last few days they extended it to 8 months? Maybe if the judge puts it off a couple of more days, it'll be a year.
Right.
So what's the chances? What are the chances of this judge on Monday? So could the judge on Monday go, no, you can't do this. It's not an offer. It's not funded. We're not going to do it. I mean, it really comes down to what that judge says on Monday, right?
Well, look, I'd never say a judge can't do something, and there is a funding issue, although I think there's a provision in the agreement that provides for it. But if the judge makes a ruling, then it's going to go to the First Circuit, and it'll probably end up with the Supreme Court. So it'll take more time to sort it out, but that doesn't mean that it won't get upheld in the end. Isn't
a boss allowed to fire his employees?
Well, this is a profound issue, actually, that goes back to the administrative state as it came to us beginning in the New Deal, right? It's clear in the law that the president runs the executive branch. The president's the only one in the executive branch with power. And it's clear in the law that the president can fire at will top officials of the executive branch. It's never made any sense to me that the president doesn't have authority to fire everyone in the executive branch. But Congress started to enact these protections for government bureaucrats basically in the 1970s, and they've never really been challenged in court. So we may be headed to the Supreme Court one way or the other.
So Musk says right now, while they delay what they can look at in Treasury, billions of taxpayer dollars are still being paid to fraudulent entities and still being approved by Treasury. This needs to stop. That's why he's there. Why Democrats are fighting that is insane. Also fighting, Pam Bondi says, I'm going to sue you. Stop funding these sanctuary cities if you don't cooperate with ICE. Where's this suit going?
Well, I think the suit is actually a good middle position because, as Tom Homan's pointed out any number of times, they could actually put cuffs on some of these state officials. You could arrest people who are obstructing the administration of federal law enforcement in an area, immigration and border security, that the courts say is exclusively the province of the federal government. So I think it's a good middle step that they're going to court to sue them. That's better than, arresting mayors and other lawmakers who are interfering with this. And I think they got a very strong position in court.
Yeah, the DOJ is suing Chicago, the state of Illinois, and Cook County. They're arguing that local and state laws violate federal immigration laws. Where will this go?
It's going to be a line drawing exercise. Basically, you can't commandeer the states to force you to help enforce federal law. But the federal authorities have the authority to enforce federal law. So while they don't have to help them, they can't interfere with them. So the question in front of the court is going to be, where do you draw the line and how do we judge the behavior the states or the sanctuary cities are engaging in?
I just thought, didn't Trump already try this in 2017? And didn't the court stop him from banning sanctuary cities? And aren't we doing that now? Are we going back to the same playbook?
I think that the legal terrain is a lot clearer than it was in 2017, Brian. Remember, after Trump did what he did, there was a long litigation, and ultimately the Supreme Court ruled, I can't remember whether it was 2018, 2019, that the president basically has a lot of authority to do the things that he's doing. So I think whatever the arrangement was in 2017, they're playing on more favorable turf for them now.
I hope so. It's the right thing to do. Andy McCarthy, thanks so much.
Great to see you. Thank you, Andy.